again. Once he comes on, we can deal with him. So Christopher, right? You had something to say, right? You click the link and maybe you have a point, so want to give you an opportunity to say a piece. All right, it looks like okay, it is him. Okay, so you see it? All right, it is him. All right, so mute the background, big boss. Okay, it is him. Okay, so you see it? No. I'm not gonna have him. I'm not gonna have this. I'm not gonna have this. Cataract, you're not gonna join. I want to ask Mr. Rudolph Speid a question. You wait until Rudolph Speid come on, then you want to join. No, Cataract. Wait until me ask me Rudolph Speid. My questions and that's it. You wait until Rudolph Speid come on, then you want to join. No, Cataract. Wait until me ask me okay, Mr. Speid, we are hearing some feedback.
It's not my.
No, man. It is yours. It is yours. No, it is yours. See, I muted.
It's not me.
No, Mr. Speid. Hold on, Mr. Speid. You have a secondary page up. Just close the secondary page. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. It's a secondary page on your computer where you're watching it. The sound coming through. But because I'm using an equalizer, Cataract. Just wait, no brother, man. Wait, no Cataract. Wait, no Cataract. Why you want to mash up the show, no brother? Why you turn up now? Wait, the Cataract, we're going to get your time. Wait, all right, Mr. Speid, you're hearing us clear now?
Yes, and I really have to go because I'm joining the coach for dinner.
All right. So we prove that it's you, Mr. Speid. Just answer these 3 points because this is why I started the program. Because the new running team is Andre Blake. The new thing is Andre Blake wanted to start a coup. So now we have people wrongfully blaming the youth now, and I say yes because he's starting a coup. He should not be near the team. So can you give us any news on that to say it's true? Because I've not heard anything, more than I just see it in a few groups, and that's it, I don't know if that is true, and I don't want to paint the youth name.
I couldn't even comment on that. I mean, one reason why I kind of stay far from the bloggers them because I just talk reckless things with careless and reckless. I don't want to be a part of that. So I couldn't even comment on that. Look here, all I can tell you, he was picked by the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I never picked the team. It was the coach, his assistant, the new assistant, Marian, who is the local assistant, and the technical director, Donzel, who picked the team. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When them on with the team, yes, when them on the team, me I wanted the person to get the team. As usual.
Mm-hmm.
And he was removed based on a request from IOP.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much for that. And no, we have a secondary question we just want to ask you because it looks like people inside the country questioning how can you, because obviously you admitted that you guys never had the chance to pay all of the money because you had additional travel expenses over $1 billion, something like that.
Nearly
so you
$1
never
billion we spend on the World Cup qualifiers, and then we run out of money.
Okay, so you couldn't get to pay the players them like all of the fees them, and
Right.
Paul came out and said that he only had one payment over the year time, so he was trying his best to work with the program, that's what he said. All right, no problem. Well, now you have in the news, TVJ just reported that a person looked like one of the coaches them in Jamaica is kind of disgruntled and asked the question to say that, how is it you guys can afford a coach now when people don't get paid? And why are you guys bringing in the back room, the side room, and every staff? You can answer that?
Yes,
like why?
That's simple. That's a simple answer. So look here. Over the years, we have always used potential to coach. There's people who will ask a coach based on potential. And you see the results. This time we say, no, we now got potential. We are going to try and prove people who do it already, and with this similar or less resources, because we think that will give us a better chance to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Now, a lot of people don't understand, and people, some people take me simple and them talk about foolishness, but them don't understand my background in a business. 30 years work with company where I used to manage about 20 companies, so I have a background in a negotiation. So I was able to work, of course, in January. Let me explain something next year. FIFA make the most money ever making a football in their last AGM, and then show it and then prove it. Them have the money. Them have money. When there's a World Cup here, when you have profits, the profits is shared between the countries. You know that, right?
Yes, I know that.
Right. So there's projection. Every accountant project do them cash flow, Also, we have the deal coming in with the kit sponsor in January. So we project. So that is how we'll be able to afford the new coach and the staff that he wants. And we feel that we were very comfortable. So when I finish negotiation and present it to finance and them look through, then come back and say, yeah, man, get the coach because we can afford it. So it's a simple thing like that. So, I mean, people that don't understand finance and don't understand budgeting and don't understand projection will think it's a big issue. But for people who understand, it's a simple issue, right?
Okay.
So we're struggling this year and we're going to struggle for the rest of the year, right? But we know where we're going and what we're going to do. People, if you all love Jamaica and say you want Jamaica to do good, you must appreciate the effort we have make right now to make things better.
Okay, but we had started the program and said we support what you're trying to do, but that's where I this is where I wanted to have ask you that question. I know that is why you come on here, because I said I wanted to ask you this question to say that
and finance is my background, you know. I know
yes,
about negotiation. I know how you see even this deal with the coach. The coach could get much better pay. It's true, but I didn't sell him pay. I sell him the project. Listen, you can put this on your resume so we qualify for our next World Cup because there's 6 coming from our region. So you have to know if it's sell project, you know, right? So the coach now will have another, if him do it, him don't have Mexico and US and Canada for worry about.
Yes.
Right? Him could go somewhere else and get more pay. But at the end of the day, when you're a professional that he is, you ever hear about Maslow hierarchy of needs? Him don't need money. Him don't need. What he need is to make sure say out of the 250,000 people who's going to be known forever in the world, him a one of them. That's what he need.
Okay. So, Mr. Speid, so one thing we want to ask, because we want to clear up this, because remember you said if we love Jamaica, we want to see Jamaica better. You don't believe that communication is an issue between the JFF and the players, them causing a big problem? Because
so let me give you 2 examples, right? Because we're kind of myopic. So the Girlz had a problem with their coach. The Girlz met with the president, a secret meeting, not public, as the president. And them carry 2 influential persons with them, the captain and next player and 2 influential persons. And say, president, we don't think we are going to the World Cup, you know. President say, why? Them say, boy, we have some issues with the coach. Everybody know where the Girlz them say, right? Privately. Then the president say, but you can't just tell me someone. Write something, give me get it assessed and see what happens. The Girlz them go write something. It comes to the technical committee, we say, based on all of the evidence and the coach after we talk to the coach, we don't believe say Girlz are not right. You know what the Girlz them do? Then come back and say, we don't think you right. Privately again. What happened? The coach resigned. We're going to look 3 coach. And there was one who put a front and one a second and one a third. The technical committee put 3 coach. The Girlz then come and say, you know, say one of you have a second and one they want. And the girl them say, we carry a guy World Cup if you give it that one day. I will say, okay. What the girl them do? Then carry a guy World Cup. We still owe them. You hear them say nothing? You see performer and you see how people angle things with class.
Okay. No, but you just
Let me give you an next example. Let me give you an next example.
No, but if you're going away, you just are telling people something now. So now they might look on it different because you just said the people them like them don't get them not get the pay and them not complain as the next guys them. All right, then fair enough.
We don't have the money. They know we don't have the money, you know. And everybody know we don't have the money. So putting us in, even the thing with the trip in Suriname, we end up paying out so much more money for charter plane and all the things that we buy go to waste, you know. So you see, but let me give you our next example before we go down. Netball, me I go on one total different sport. Okay? You know, I was a chef de mission for the Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
Whole heap of issue. Half of the girls them now get paid. The coach I get peanuts for our pay. They had whole heap of issues in the netball. Them was fighting and all of them. You see when them reach the Commonwealth Games, I was privy to the meeting and the girl them say, no negative. Anybody come with no negative, we don't want you to run your way. Because them they're on a mission. You know when them almost to pull off the thing and become the world champion.
Yes, when I saw the result, that is
yes.
That's good based on the story. Ridiculous.
We are Jamaicans. We can't put ourselves first. We have to put the country first. So people try to vilify me, but that's fine. I try my best all the time to put Jamaica first. I don't collect one red cent from football, neither for Cavalier or the JFF. As a matter of fact, it's telling them what drive up and down. Me personally, me not even collect a gas money back for drive up and down with the JFF. All them hours of my work for JFF. Because me believe say want my country for better. My duty is to try and hold up the wall because a lot of unseen thing people don't notice. Say, when a policeman stop me on the road now and want to give me a ticket and I say police, but me and do see him working. So what kind of work speed? Me say then me and the youth, me try take youth them off the road and cut down crime too. And them just say, all right, go on about your business. So I don't understand what all of these hunger for. Of course, I am.
But Mr. Speid, remember we all can teach. I'm gonna bring you through Michael and the last one may I ask him, But Mr. Speid, remember we are all, the vloggers should have the responsibility to get the people like around involved with the football. So like full in stadium, getting people up for the games and everything. That like what you just said, all of the players them should want to love to play for Jamaica. I think the vloggers them should have something to push people in the stadium. So we should be driving. So I think everybody should work as a unit based on what you're saying. But I'm just asking if you don't believe that they could have dealt with it different, because we came up with a plan, just like how we saw what happened 2 times with France. Benzema when he did the little spy thing and problematic thing, and they had to run him away. They professionally said to him, "Come out, speak." So at least we don't cause any disruption. When John Terry back then, because you're older person, so you know that John Terry sleep with people, woman, and stuff, because he always do that. It comes out wrong. He always do that, but he always do that. Then bring him out, Mr. Speid, and say, "Yo, talk to the people, them, so them no cause no problem." So you don't believe that you should have said, "All right, then, Andre Blake, based on what you did it in the public. So come back out in the public, apologize, and then on behalf of that, you would have used the coach like how you said in the interview. Said the coach was a part of the selection. You bring out the coach and let the coach say, this is what I'm standing for." And because I don't know Andre Blake, I don't know nobody, I don't want any disruption at the start. I think the people would have taken it, and then you would have to force Andre Blake to come out and say sorry. You understand me? And show that he wants to go.
When you say me, don't say me doing it.
No, I'm talking
not my jurisdiction. I just want to clear that. That's not my jurisdiction, right? I'm just saying that's not my jurisdiction. And an angle negotiation. Those are only 2 things I do. I don't. That's not my thing. But look here, I'm the first one to call out for peace because I know war can't carry on out, right? Right. But at the same time, you have certain boundaries that nobody can cross. But one of the agreements with the coach is that, coach, you set your own code of conduct, and we'll go with you. So that is what is going to obtain in the future. And remember, before we learn and we get better, there was no governance pertaining to what the coach can do from what the coach can do before. So now we're working on a document to come up with what that governance should be. So as me say, whatever happened in the past happened. My favorite line is, when you're broke, anybody can look incompetent because you're broke. Yeah, you know that, JD. If you not even take care of your kids and you can't take care of them good if you're not on money. So me understand all of those things. As a reality man, we come from nothing in our life. We understand all of that growing up. So when I said the future is what I try to focus on. I want everybody to come with it, including Blake. He's our captain, and me have a high regards for him in my ability. Me know him ability and what he can do. And look here, me know Blake for a long time now. From me I go with Concacaf, I go play against Clarendon. Me see him make big save for Clarendon against Concacaf. Me know him a long time from a little youth. So I'm just saying, boy, regardless of how people think and everybody think, and when some other people come and I say they must support him and add fuel to the fire, that don't make no sense. All we have to do is cry peace. The more people cry peace, the better off we come out.
Yeah, that's how we give it. We give that little idea to say, Blake, come out publicly say sorry, and then when the coach statement. No, you know what will happen? The entire press conference, if people get to ask questions, it's gonna be spoiled, with Blake, You know that, Mr. Speid, because
you're only if you guys spoil it, it's not gonna spoil because at the end of the day, we can't overlook the good where we try to make sure so we get somebody who competent, who we know can do the work. Not saying the rest of people not competent, it was more potential than somebody we know. So now we go for somebody who can. I mean, how can we overshadow that? And we try our best People leak it all over the place still, but we still was able to keep carrying the coach, keep him away from them till the news conference, him can acclimatize. You guys come and ask a question them, and you can help it set the narrative. I mean, asking if it set the narrative. Me tell you what,
All right.
the coach did pick Blake. So where you can't do the coach, and the coach pick Blake.
All right. So yeah, Alan, because he said he doesn't have much time. So ask a question. Everyone get a one question, and then we can push out, and then we can
Yeah,
continue.
man, I'm considerate. I'm not. And let me also say thanks to Mr. Speed for coming on. I mean, that's very respectful of you. I mean, you have gone in. Another star has been added to you. I don't know you personally. I've heard about you and I don't listen. So the questions I'll be asking is not specific to you, but to the JFF, because I believe that everything rises and falls on leadership. Now, Mr. Speed, I just heard you said that Jamaica doesn't have any money. So what I'm getting is that we cannot really afford to fund or to get the resources that we need. Now, Mr. Speed, what I'm getting from that, and with your academical background, because you're an accountant, right?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. What are the contingency put in place? Because it's now evident that the lack of funding has been and is affecting Jamaica's football. Are there any contingencies put in place, or what are the contingencies putting in place, knowing that brand Jamaica is a global brand? What is the JFF doing to raise funds? Because as an accountant, you know that there's no successful program that can be run without funding. And I'm speaking on this premise, Mr. Speed, because I know that Jamaica, I am living overseas. And once I put on Jamaica colors, people get excited. Once me talk patois, people get excited. So I'm saying, what is the JFF doing to ensure that we have money so that money is not an issue?
Money so for instance, our budget is 5 million US. USA is over 100 million US. So money will always be an issue for us. Well, we will not be able to compete with some of those countries financially. So we have to use other things. So Iceland, for instance, didn't compete with money. They compete with programs. They competed because they have the most educated coaching force in the world. There are 360,000 people, and them have I think they have 80 odd B license coach. And every youth that start to play football like a kick up is a B license coach or a A license coach coaching them, right? And they allow kids to go to the parks. They have indoor centers for free between after school close till 4 o'clock. So it's programs they put in place to make sure that they were able to achieve what they achieved with 300,000 people, right? So money is a part of it, but programs is also a very important part. Belgium did their coaching education, and in 20 years' time, they were the world number, either world number 1 or 2 all the time because of coaching education alone. And so JFF is putting those things in the background for development. Because if you have highly educated coaching every player, they produce better players, right? If you have license for club, those develop better club develop better players. So the money alone is not it. But I told you before, if you were listening, that there is a projection that we have next year that we know we can afford some more things than we can afford this year. So we have to try limp out through this year, and then next year will be better based on our projections.
Okay. So we have to just survive this year then, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Christopher Wright, you have any question for Mr. Speed? And
Yes. So if somebody from the diaspora send John things to us and the coach staff team, I spoke to the coach staff team, and that's why I'm in the squad.
So he has the passport and everything. He's ready because
him not a passport. Him apply for it when I get there.
So this game. So how this game will go, because they naturally say when your player don't have a passport, it's like a pickup game. So you're not gonna get.
That's not true. That's not true. Once you're another association, I agree with you. You can't play.
Okay. So every agreement went through. So all right, then. But it's a good kid. It's a
If
good.
they agree now. I said if they agree. I don't know if they agree yet.
Oh, so you don't know if they. Okay, you
Yeah.
don't know if they agree. All right. All right. So Pastor, have any question to ask Mr. Speed because obviously he
Yeah, may
just
have to
turned up.
cut in a
He had
couple minutes.
limited
So
time. Yeah. So Pastor, ask a question. You're muted, Pastor. You're muted. You have to unmute.
On the matter of the accounting projections that afforded the dialogue and negotiations for the coach coming in, or the new coach, because it has been finalized, just not yet fully presented. Based on what you're saying, this is what the JFF has settled on. You said you did not sell the money because the coach, based on his CV, could have gotten better pay, but you sold him the project. That opened up in my mind, because of the dialogue that went on with Paul Hall and the released statement. Is it that the proven track record of this coach was such a trump card that it trumped the willingness of Paul Hall to support the Jamaican program? Because we never heard anything about him bickering for salary before the release of this statement. And if a man can wait 9 months, that does say something to his credibility and stature. Is it that the fact that Paul Hall is a potential coach that could take us to the World Cup, and this coach has already on his CV that he had taken a team to the World Cup? Was that so overarchingly heavy in the negotiations that it trumped everything that Paul Hall would have presented?
Well, I can't tell you what happened in negotiations because I just can't tell you, right? But
I don't want details, Mr. Speed.
But-
You said you were part of the negotiating apparatus, if not the negotiator.
The right. So I think I did explain it before, and I was very clear that I'm not saying Paul is the only person we experimented. We even experimented with Rennie Simons because remember he never carried a team to the World Cup before, and we have experimented with every single coach after that. All I said at this time, we go for somebody who tried and prove and who can do it. Oh, the only other person we carried before was Bora, that carried 4 teams to the World Cup before. That's the only other person we have ever carried to Jamaica that I've done it before, coaching the World Cup, and I've said before. Based on where we are and the failures and the millions of dollars, billions of dollars that we have spent over the last 3 times trying to qualify, this time, remember, this time we decide to go with tried and proven. So, for instance, I know there's a lot of construction players who are willing and want to play football for Jamaica, but I wouldn't put them on the field. I hope I did answer your question.
Okay, all right then. Okay.
He didn't, but he have to run. You didn't answer the question, but you say you have to run.
I answered the question, but you need to pick up the answer from what I said.
I have a follow-up.
Mr. Speed.
I have a quick follow-up. Mr. Speed.
Mr. Speed,
Yeah.
accounting-wise, I am not going to do that. I ask you the question that way for you to be.
I'm actually an economist more than an accountant.
Yes. And that's why you're flaunting the negotiation skills, because you're up above the accounting level where you're just toppling figures. No, I ask you the question specifically, and you politically dodge me by dropping it like gold coming down out of the mountain in the riverbed where we have to go sift sand to find it. But it's okay. I will see you on another program.
Find it, Pastor. Find it, Pastor.
All right, so make we have to let go, Mr. Speed. So anyone have any questions, ask him because we don't want to hold of him time.
25. May I have to leave 3:25.
Yeah. Continue. Yeah, man. We're here now.
Yeah, may I say, Mr. Speed, I think you said the coach primary job is to qualify the team for the 2026 World Cup.
Laser.
That's what you said, right?
Laser focus,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so I'm saying now, after this not qualified, this friendly against Argentina, what happened with the coach now that he's going to reside in Jamaica? What's his responsibilities? And what is he going to do?
He won't reside in Jamaica till January.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
No.
Let me ask a
I
follow-up
explained
question.
to you why already, right?
Mr.
Yeah,
Speed,
yeah.
I hope your battery is not dying.
No,
No, he has to go.
Oh, by the way, let me tell you something. Me a one man that don't run. I mean, set up the question. You can ask me any question.
So what are you trying to say? That battery dying conversation is actually a real thing?
You don't have to preface no conversation with me. Just ask what you want to ask.
Mr. Speed, we love Jamaica football. You know? That is why we can sit down here and have a civil conversation. That is why we are here. We love Jamaica.
But the battery dying no civil.
You always pull it off.
Mr. Speed, Mr. Speed, you're not easy, you know. All right, Mr. Speed, you just said that there are other factors outside of money, and you are saying that you've gone for a proven coach, which means that the idea then is to go to the World Cup. Now, how do you imagine going to a World Cup without these things being sorted out?
But why you think I carry this coach? He knows it all already. He has done it all already. He knows what to do. He knows how to deal with every single type of situation. He has done it all. He has coached in other jurisdiction too. So he know what to do. That is why we go for him. He's not a man who guess and spell this, you know.
Oh, so you're saying then that good coaching alone will take us to the World Cup?
No, I never said that. This man is so all around. Him is a coach and educator. Him know about analytic work, so analysts can't even fool him with whatever him come with. Him know about goalkeeping coach from a distance. He's a pro licensed coach. Him go to coaching at the World Cup. And him carry him to the World Cup. Him coaching at Euro. This is not an ordinary person, and that is why we go with him. Also, his desire, because him had other offers, is not to get the money, because him go other places and get money already. His desire is to work with our program and carry it to the World Cup and help us be a better nation. His desire is also to help some of the other coaches to come up to a particular level, because over the years we have had coaches who come here, take away all our money, more money than what this coach is getting, and when him leave, the next match our local coach and 9 love we get.
That's why you have the trouble now, Mr. Speed.
No trouble. That's the facts. When we go Costa Rica for Rennie Simoes gone for leave, and 9 love we get up there. Come on. I don't talk things where I don't know.
Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Will it become public knowledge when everything is signed and sealed? What's the coach's salary?
I don't ask your salary. Why you want to?
I'm asking a question. I'm not asking.
By the way, JD, how much money you make on YouTube? Talk and tell
No, everyone know that I made a lot
Mr.
of
Speed.
money.
JD, don't let Mr. JD stop. Don't let Mr. Speed run on that. Mr. Speed, hold on. Mr. Speed. No. JD, Mr. Speed, don't get up out of the chair. Don't turn off your camera. You see, that's the last statement that you made. No, Mr. Speed.
You never make me
JD,
JD. 10 years ago, you know.
Before him ask you, before him ask you, Mr. Speed is around long enough. The straw that broke the camel back in the first tenure of Rennie Simoes was when
so Mr. Speed, I make people rob me in Jamaica because man, I make 1,200 euros per week. So I make 5 grand US.
So you want them to kidnap the coach now and
no, but
Mr. Speed
agreements that normally coaches the public that, no?
Hold on.
All right, so look here. Look here. If you're talking about a coach in a US or in a UK, a coach will get our coach get is a poor man. But in a Jamaica, I'm not poor. You don't, even some of the ballers, even baller when me have a mic up them say, coach, don't tell nobody say me get paid if nobody call you and ask you. Don't tell them say me get paid because they live now the ghetto, right? And then that is why we come up with a system to give them the money on a card. Because they must say, you see, every time we go home with the money in our pocket, with cash, it's done before 2 days time, we're hungry for the rest of the month. So, brother, leave the people in salary alone. It's not your business. Come on, don't do it.
Mr. Speed.
No, but I don't mean if I'm that director. I don't mean if I'm like me, I try to figure out how much you might get. But normally in our countries, they show the contracts where the coaches
not these type of countries, brother.
I'm not talking from the point of view.
Not these countries in our people.
No, but you say it like that because the response all the time is like a fast, we want to know that.
Yeah, you're fast, but not in these countries. You don't talk about people's salary. In Jamaica, you don't show money out the road, brother. Not in these countries.
Mr. Speed.
Yes, sir.
In the 1990s, when Rene Simoes was the national coach of Jamaica, his salary was made public to the embarrassment of Rene Simoes in the group of his other coaching colleagues in clubs in Brazil.
Right.
And you know that to be a fact that happened.
So you want to embarrass the new coach?
No, I wasn't the one that asked for the new coach salary, you know.
so
let me say what I am saying. Let me say what I am saying. Then you would need to be uncivil in your response to what I am saying.
I'm not uncivil. Why are you accusing me?
No, because of what you just said.
I'm just joking with you, you know. So you know.
No, Mr. Speed. While I don't have any accounting singular certification, I don't joke when I speak about money.
Why are you referring to that? I never referred to you as a pastor. Why are you trying to do that to me?
No. I am referring to me with the accounting certification. I'm saying to you, I don't joke when it comes to money.
Neither do
Finance is a very serious matter.
Neither do I.
No, the coaching salary is very serious because I watch that sour the relations between Rene Simoes and the local coaches, as well as coaches in Brazil after that was made public.
Right.
So I've said that to say this. What I would want to be made public is the contractual arrangement clause between this coach so we know what we can hold the coach responsible for. Because I am not yet satisfied from the standpoint of the JFF or the Speid-led technical committee selecting the team. So I want to see the contractual document as it relates to the...
Hello? This man talk about me a select team again?
No. Hello, Mr. Speid. I heard you loud and clear when you articulated who are the persons that selected the squad for the Argentina game. I said...
Hold on. Let me clear up something again. Can I look at me if you talk all the time? I have never, ever selected any team for Jamaica.
Mr. Speid, I have heard you said that.
Right. But I
have heard you said that numerous times. I said, you missed the main part of what I said, you know. I am not yet convinced from the standpoint of any documentation put out by the JFF and the Speid-led technical committee as it relates to the selection of the teams. And you can roll back the tape and say that and see that I've said the same thing.
Which team?
The Jamaican teams.
Pick no teams.
Mr. Speid, listen to what me say now.
You stop.
This Pastor Blake is not convinced by the evidentiary supporting documents from the JFF as it relates to the JFF or the Speid-led technical committee selecting the teams. I want to be able to safely say that in the contractual arrangement of the coach, it is the coach's responsibility. And so, when the coach don't select Lansley Adolph Blake to play on the Jamaica team because him chat too much, I can hold the coach responsible for that. I will not need to factor in my head maybe a Mr. Speid influencing. Am I clear?
Okay. No, I understand. Mr. Speid, he never said he picked the team.
I have never accused. No, I did not say that in the statement.
I never. I thought you said that at the first. I heard what you said the second time, but I thought you said that the first time. So I'm glad they make it clear. Okay,
Right.
okay.
No, Pastor.
He was
Pastor,
just.
I will not tell you the coach salary. One, let me just say it clear. Just hold on, just hold on.
You know what his salary?
And two, I will not give you the coach contract. So you have to ask somebody else in a JFF feed. I will not do it. All right? It's not my job that.
Okay, so okay. In your capacity, could you point us to the person that we should ask for the contractual arrangement of the coach's responsibilities?
Ask the president when you see him.
The president, we need to get to the president.
All right, so JD, you have your assignment. Me see you take up your pen, you're writing down that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speed.
You're welcome.
All right, big boss. We're not pressuring you. You have answered everything that we need, and I hope the people get the information.
I want to answer Eagle Republic. So.
Oh yeah, Eagle. Sorry, Eagle. Sorry.
We have all of these. We have all of these. Listen, we reach a stage where we can really embrace the people in you know, whatever you call them, people overseas, and I've reached out to try and embrace some of them. What we need to do, we have people, 1,000 people with 1,000 different views. If you form yourself in some little groups, Eagle Republic, then there's 5 things coming out of the group or 3 things that I think the JFF should address. It's easier to deal with, but nobody can listen to 2,000 people, 1,000 from England and 1,000 from USA, and then 3 million from Jamaica. It's just chaos. So all of these groups where we are try encourage by allowing them to vote in the next election for the president. You know, you need to farm the players association. You must go farm them. You need to go farm the coaches association. Go and farm them. You need to farm. All of these people are voting. You know. So they must go and farm them association, the referee group, farm an association, construct themselves properly. Ask the JFF for affiliation so they can vote in the election and be a part of the process instead of stay out there and criticize. So you, Eagle Republic, where you say you want a fan base, well, not a fan base group, brother. Form a fan base group and come. I beg you know. Good.
All right. So no, we're right. Don't lower yourself, Mr. Speed. When you tell us to do something, you know.
Hello.
I
wonder if you know how politically open he has just me if you form a group, you can vote. You take over the election.
You can't take over. You probably will get 1 out of 57 votes, but at least you have.
Me go take over the election. You don't know my political skills.
All right, Pastor. All right, Pastor. Well, you speak it and hear, you know, so that means everyone listens to you, you know. So make sure you come out, you forget your votes them. All right, Pastor, and make sure you stand up so we can start promote you as a candidate. All right. Yes, and I love the way you deal with Mr. Speed today. So, Mr. Speed, we're not taking up your time. If you're ready, you can turn up back. All right.
Yeah, I have to go. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, man. Take care. Yeah.